Been talking a little bit of Pro Stock trivia. Try this on. 899 races in the Pro Stock bank so far. 7 drivers have more than half the wins. 7 drivers account for 477 wins. I'll give you a minute to think about who's on that list, and then I'll tell you who's on that list. I'll give you a hint. Only one of our final 4 is on that list. Well, I guess if you're talking about Pro Stock, Greg and Erica pretty much tells the story, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Erica Enders, who grew up in Houston, racing junior dragsters, had a Disney movie made about her life. Usually that happens to most people when they're 80. To her, it happened when she was like 14. Her and her sister, Courtney, the basis for the Disney movie Right on Track. That is still one of their most popular non-animated feature films ever. Once you got hooked up with Richard Freeman, the folks up at Elite Motorsports, they have been hell on wheels, no doubt about it. From Melling Performance, Gallagher Insurance. Notice the C-Tech folks on the hood of the car as well down there. High Performance Lubricants. And for Greg Anderson, when Summit pulled back a little bit of their sponsorship, Rick Hendrick jumped in last year. And his HendrickCars.com bannered proudly on the side of Greg Anderson's machine. 99 times Greg Anderson has held up a trophy. All in Pro Stock. If he wants to race for 100, he's got to get past his biggest nemesis in the category. Greg and Erica lining up here on the starting line at Auto Club Raceway, Pomona for a berth in the final round. Both drivers clean off the starting mark. Erica grabs a hunt. Whoa, hang on, Greg. Greg gets over by the center line, gets out of shape. He's got to take his foot off the gas, and Erica Enders goes to the final round. 6.569, 209 for the win. Greg goes 679, but Greg has still got a race car, and for a moment that was in question. They left within 100th. Erica had the advantage at this end, and down the track they were within a couple of thou all the way until Greg started drifting towards the center line. Watch this again from the far end of the racetrack. When you got 17-inch wide tires on the back, 3-inch wide tires on the front, and no downforce, you do not want a Pro Stock car to do this. No, sir. Now, the Safety Safari just went out there, sprayed the top end of the racetrack, touched everything up, but Greg's car drove him over out of the groove, and his 100th race win is going to have to wait for another day. Erica, from the number 1 qualifying spot, is headed into the final round, where she will face off with the winner of this pair right here. 6.569 for the win.
Well, Greg, you hopped out and said that's the closest you've come to wrecking in your career. We saw you throw your hand in disgust on the end car. What happened?
Absolutely, completely lit the tires up at 1,000 foot, just like it did the last round. I have no earthly idea what they're doing at that racetrack the last 300 foot, but it's insufficient for these kind of cars and impassable, absolutely impassable. So I'm just thanking my lucky stars I still have a HendrickCars.com Chevy here. It should be upside down and tumbling into the weeds. It's ridiculous.
We all watched the Safety Safari go out there with the spray rig at the end of the racetrack. I certainly understand how Greg feels.